And so they have to go into Dust 2. I mean, again, on the analyst desk, it looks amazing for them. But it looks like we're actually going live, so we'll jump into the match.
Here we go.
Already into the pistols.
Wow. Not hanging around now once we're live. Hey, let's enjoy this. Game number 2 of the FACEIT League Finals. LDLC already with points in the bag from their first game, of course. They can't be taken away. Cloud9 starting on their T side, which nothing said. They had to have good T sides at this tournament. Otherwise, they had no chance of getting out of the groups. Let's just see now. Cloud9 looking to try and go through mid. That stack in mid has actually worked out very nicely. They will pick up the opening frag. Semphis replying back. Now at a 4v4. There is a rotation coming onto short because they are pushing through. Here comes Semphis in towards the bomb site right now. Man, under pressure is Smith, and he goes down under fire from Semphis. And they now have an entry. Lovely little headshot from Happy, though, from CT Spawn. They're going to try and push in here from short at the same time. Hiko trying to go to town on Happy and will pick up the frag. Shox now into the bomb site as well. Can he get another one? No, he can't. Semphis comes up with 2 magical kills. And Cloud9 have the opening round on Dust 2. It's exactly what they needed, DDK.
Yes, but the scouts are going to come into play here for LDLC, and this is certainly a map where these can be very dangerous. LDLC, a team that is very, very good with these aggressive plays, and they like to take these risks. The scout, wonderful in Dust 2, so many long-range angles, so many jump shot opportunities, and when you get the tags, the CTs are there to just burst them down, and Shock's going to go a bit aggressive here, and he might just work out exactly what's happening.
Two mini AWPs in play. AKA the scout. Positive push here from Cloud9, but look at this, Shox has gone. He's gone all get right on them. Round the back, won't get the kill though, as Hiko and Shroud managed to dispose of 2 LDLC players. They're very low right now. 3 players under 15 HP right now. There's one disposed of with Happy picking up 1 and 2 with that scout. He's gone massive here. Can't get the third though. Hiko comes in, cleans the house, and Cloud9 in the end pick up round 2. But that was a messy round for the North Americans.
They did manage to get 3 kills, so quite a bit of damage done to the economy of Cloud9. That's going to basically give LDLC a justification to actually go again. Now, they've actually been doing it a second time in a row. This is a little bit unorthodox. This is very risky stuff now. They're not messing around when it comes to their own economy.
I want to see if we can just watch Smith and see where he is right now.
Lower dark take.
They have pushed aggressively through mid. Shox and Happy are going to try and set up this crossfire. They are in upper B right now, so if they can just be patient here, hold these positions. There are 4 men in those B holes now. Here they come, dropping down. And Shox waiting. Is he going to land a shot? Ooh! Well, landed some damage, but didn't get the kill. Happy, though, does get a kill. He gets a double kill. Fabulous stuff from him. Finally locked out by Semphis. And now we've got a 3v3. And Semphis only has 10 points health. Lovely grenade from Hiko. Perfectly placed. AK finishes him off. And now we're at 2 versus 2, but very little health left on Cloud9 yet again here. Smiths with the scout. You know what, he can actually finish off this round all on his own here if they come through window. Semphis, risky, point blank range. Smith turns the other way though. This is going to be so close. MBK with 1, misses the no-scope, does get the second one though, and LDLC are back in business. Great round from them yet again. You said it, Dan, risky strategy, but it's paid dividends.
But this is what LDLC are capable of. They're able to actually pull these moves off because Smiths can snipe pretty well. Happy can as well. We know that Shox can. They have a lot of players who can play very well the scouts, but also Cloud9 are most likely actually expecting an eco there. So having the lower dark take like that and no spot before then, that would have caught Cloud9 completely off guard, and that's all that LDLC needed.
A couple of scouts in play from Cloud9, and I have Kiyoshima has been dinked through mid. The beard here covering long, but I'm not entirely convinced that that's going to be anything in play just yet.
It's a very standard map control plays here from Cloud9.
Just looking for a pick, really. Just want something.
They have short, they have outside long, and upper dark, and it's all about the information they get as to whether they decide to go for the A split or the B split here. A split would be quite good. as they do have LDLC are playing long with one player.
There's a game of basketball there. A couple of nades being traded backwards and forwards. I think Cloud9 got the better of that exchange though. A little bit more damage done. So we switch over to Smiths, who is trying to hold this B site on his own right now. I think he might require some help. Oh, actually, he does have some help in now. I forgot Kiyoshima is still there. Is this where the push comes from? Yes, it is. Shroud headshot with that scout. They'll lay down some fire on these doors and try and push in towards the bomb site and get it planted fairly quickly. Kiyoshima is there though. He might make a nuisance of himself at window, decides to back away. Hiko in towards the bomb site. Flick shot didn't quite work out for him, but they have managed to get that bomb down without losing a single man. Finally, MBK gets the frag onto nothing, and Shock's now just outside. LDLC under pressure here. Into the bomb site they go after a flash. Lovely stuff. Oh, Shock's doubles up. MBK gets another one. Shock's in for a third. MBK gets the final one. They've done an absolutely stunning job. That's exactly how you retake a B bomb site on Dust 2. Textbook take back from the French, and we're tied up.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked Cloud9's play there. They did quite a standard opening, got the map control, decided, okay, we're going to go for B, just get a simple level of threat onto the A site. They had the player tossing his smokes, thinking it was nothing. That's going to like prevent or delay rotation towards B to allow their push on B to be stronger. And we can see that that was the case, but LDLC's retake potential is just so strong, and a lower dark take again from Happy. Yeah,
here we go again already. Kiyoshima's going to get himself the first frag. They're going to push into the B bomb site very quickly. Kiyoshima with the second. Does he? No. Happy picks up that one, and Hiko and Shroud reply back. Lovely shot from Smith at short range, then picks off the last man with the 75. And LDLC pick up the fast push into B very easily.
They look really. Is it me, or do they look really confident and just very comfortable and loose right now?
Very comfortable indeed. It's a mark of how far they've come as individual players, as a team, in a very short space of time. Just how comfortable these guys look. Smiths with a little bit of aggression through mid. Misses the shot though, so has to retreat. Cloud9, wow. Oh my goodness. You know what, when you're having a bad day in Counter-Strike, you're always the one that gets picked off by the random AWP shot as well, and that's just happened to Mr. Jordan Gilbert yet again. AKA nothing.
Not allowed to redeem himself just yet.
Haven't seen the kind of play we know he's capable of thus far from the American. It's always exciting when he does step up.
Looks like they're ready for, again, just another pick towards middle to get this B play going.
Oh my goodness, Kiyoshima with fantastic spray control, picking up 2 through the mid. A little adjustment on his spray allowed him to pick up that second one.
It's kind of looking like Inferno all over again at the moment. We're seeing Cloud9 unable to effectively execute a lot of their pushes. For example, there they lost a man. And that's okay as a T side, as you can still outnumber your opponent on the eventual push. And of course, we're seeing that that's still not helping them out. They're still not executing on the entries.
6 rounds in, and nothing has nothing on the scoreboard right now. Shocking. Long push here. This is going to be a turkey shoot for MBK. They're going to line up nicely. Oh, he only got the one though. And might have done better here. Happy though, comes through the smoke, picks up 2 with some great spray control yet again. Is he going to get a third? Yes, he is. Number 4 on the list here. Would be a nice way to finish it. And it is a 4th. No, it's not. Shock's actually got that last one. Nicely done at long A. Another different strat pulled out of the book from Cloud9, but again, nothing doing against a phenomenally confident team. LDLC having just come off the back of that win at Star Ladder.
Oh wow, yeah. Wow. This is something that Smith has been doing every time. Every time, flash over the top, peek, and Smith just lives in that moment. And we saw that Sean Gareth wasn't ready for that. And that's a really big deal, losing the AWPer. Semper's going to pick it up.
Back to spawn. And this is going to be another long A, because if it is, the beard is about to go big. Just checking. Oh, well, could have gone big, but got picked out by the replacement AWPer. Into long A with 4.
Almost a full rotation though from LDLC.
They are starting to move over towards that A site. They have 3 on there right now. 2 on cat, 1 on site. 1 just holding mid. And they know it's coming. They know it's coming. And there's no welcome mat here for the Americans. They're going to have to try and get in there to the hardway. And Semfist does pick up his 2nd kill of the round. Nothing finally gets on the board with his first frag of the game at 5-2. But it might just prove to be an important one. Smiths and Kiyoshima, the last 2 alive here. 25 seconds to go. The bomb will get planted. Kiyoshima gets another one. Oh, they're going to get another one onto site as well. Smiths with the AWP. And another defuse will come in. And another round will go on the board for the French. And LDLC are in complete control of this 2nd game of the day.
Yeah, and you can see it once again how many risks they're willing to take. I mean, when they went for that rotation, they still had no confirmation that it was just a full A push, A play, but they actually put the guy from B all the way into middle instead of leaving him on the site. And so they're willing to do these risks. And again, seeing the same flash to peak from Smiths. He might even once again get aggressive into lower dark. But Cloud9, they are unable to punish any of this right now. It's looking kind of nuts, to be honest, that they're unable to do so.
Double AWP set up as well. Shocks with the other one. Here's the setup through mid. 4 of them right now. 1 up onto cat. Shocks waiting patiently, sees them, doesn't fire. You might think that's a mistake, but it's great information. It doesn't matter whether he fires or not, and it hasn't given them any information as to where he might be either.
And they lost a man.
Yeah, and they
nothing.
lost a man out of it as well. So there's no information, lost a man. And again, LDLC just waiting patiently for any mistakes, any small little bits and pieces that they might get out of it. Push from Happy onto short doesn't work out actually. Shroud replying back. I won't get too aggressive here on this CT side. And right now at a 3v3, 30 seconds remaining here. MBK though gives the French the advantage. In towards that B-bomb site they go. Yet again though, Smiths is on fire, on form, locks another one down. MBK cleans up the final one. And nothing Cloud9 have put together so far is scaring LDLC.
The only mis-execution there we saw from LDLC was just Happy, really, just not taking the one-on-one. But generally speaking, everyone is just performing just so very well. We saw Cloud9 trying to get picks in. Again, the peak comes into the middle, and they are afraid of this now. They're conditioned against even trying to challenge Smiths.
Just so I'm not completely... Oh, well, hold on. Hold that thought. Happy with the double lower B. And that will leave them with 3 men all over on the far side of A, which MBK will pick up the first one, not the second though.
2 on 4 there with the bomb just sitting there in dark.
Yeah, they might have to think about going back at some point. And I know I was kind of, giving nothing a hard time, but I also need to give Sean Garris a hard time. No frag so far in round 9. None.
Yep, and
0 and 10 right now. Sorry, in round 10, I might add. Incredible.
They do have 50 seconds to play with, though. I mean, if they're able to actually get themselves the opening frag, they can string it together, being on the T side, and get that after plant situation going. It's very possible, but it's going to be obviously requiring level of execution that hasn't come out just yet.
Going to need something magical in round 10. There's Happy defensive flash on short. Shroud now ready to push it. Does pick up the frag on Happy. Very nicely done indeed. Now, can they make their way towards this bomb site? They can! Shroud suddenly found a bit of form. 2 in. Bomb site is now exposed. 15 seconds remaining. And that bomb is going to go down in a 2v2. And Cloud9 absolutely have to hold this one now. And Shroud's gone massive here. Huge round from him. He's got a massive ace! That's absolutely sensational stuff from Shroud. Fabulous round from him. And just when you needed a bit of personal brilliance, Cloud9 have finally found some in the form of Shroud.
Yeah, that was amazing. The problem is, though, it's not something that they can rely on consistently for Shroud to ace. They've got to come up with something together as a team. And
I'll take it. If he aces every round, I'll take it. That's fine. But
look at this, though.
I'm okay. Whoa, what's Shock's doing already? He's up through mid. and being super aggressive here. He's got some support here on short from MBK as well, and they might well have caught Cloud9 out, but luckily for them, they hadn't got anyone out through mid. And very lucky.
And the level of fear that Smith has been putting on mid as well allowed in the previous round for Happy to take lower dark without them having the knowledge of it. And that blew the round up for them. And LDLC playing very well with what their opponents are thinking. They're reading the game very well. And we'll have to see if Cloud9 can string something together now. Much more passive opening. And again, another good read from them.
I think they were very lucky in a way.
Yes.
Not to have been sauntering or loitering around mid.
Yeah.
Or Spawn for that matter, because I think Shox would have just gone nuclear on them. A bit worried Happy here in mid. He's had to throw himself down a defensive smoke. That's going to be joined by an offensive smoke to try and cover CT Spawn. But Cloud9 not making the push just yet. 2 over towards Happy. Ooh, Happy peaked and he didn't really need to at that point. And he pays for it with his life. From the Galil of Semphis. Through the smoke. No, well, actually, Sean Garris finally on the board with an AWP shot. Kiyoshiba, though, inside the B bomb site, gets 2. Can he get the 3rd? No, not quite, nothing shutting him down. And we're now at a 3 versus 2. Cloud9 with a massive advantage. MBK now the last man alive. And has got to go 1v3. He's capable of it. He's done it before. The Beard has won. 2 to go. 38 health. This is going to be tough, but he's got another one without losing a single point of health here. Bomb planted, pressure on, MBK into the site now. Was a 1v3, now a 1v1. Not able to knock it down, couldn't go for the defuse either. And nothing clutches the round in the end in a 1v1. Cloud9 with 2 in a row.
It was good damage though. I mean, we're going to see that the full rebuy is going to come into 4 of the players. That's going to put their money close to the brink. And the same goes for LDLC. So this round is worth 2 for both teams. So this round could put Cloud9 back in a very good position in this +2 match. But we'll have to see if they're able to hold on. As Smith is up to his usual shenanigans.
Yeah, I'm being met with a smoke this time around. As an AWPer, I always get, oh, a damn smoke in the mid. I don't want that there. It's always a bit frustrating to see it early on as well, especially if it's from your own teammate, which happens to me a lot. Look at this. All the King's horses and all the King's men are currently trying to make their way in towards the B bomb site. Smith does get 1, but it's been replied back on. And Cloud9 now with an advantage here, a man advantage in towards the bomb site. No, the rotation by MBK though, catching out Sean Garris with his pants round his ankles, frankly. Shox in with another one. And they've turned this one around. This was a good round, it looked like, from Cloud9, but then it flicked back round. It's on a bit of a seesaw right now as we have a 2v2. Hiko into the site. Somehow wins the battle with MBK when he really shouldn't have done so. But Hiko is there again to finish off the last man with just 14 points of health on the last 2 kills. And Cloud9 have the big mo. 3 in a row. They
have the big mo indeed, and it's going to be LDLC on the pistols there. They're not going to fully invest, which I wouldn't have even put past them, but they're not going to go for it. Just some CZs, but you've got to be fearful of those.
Shox is Deagle. Watch Shox is Deagle.
All right, let's do it.
Let's find him. Here we go. No, he's not doing anything there, is he? Oof. Well, it's entries in the B. B for Beard. Beard K, as he's now known. Told him if he doesn't change his name, that's how I'm going to call him in every game. And if he gets a 3-man or an ace, he's going to be living with that for the rest of his life. It's going to be known as Mbid K. Huh.
It is starting to really come along now. I think he's doing well in the beard battle that they've got going on in LDLC.
Definitely upped his beard game. Needs to up his own game though.
He's starting to look like he belongs on the cast of Game of Thrones.
At least he's not on the wall. This round going the way of Cloud9 without any doubt whatsoever. Shox is going to try and get himself a late exit kill here. And instead gets himself nailed. And Sean Garris actually picks up his 3rd kill of the game. 7-6. And I have to say, after 4 consecutive rounds by the North Americans, this isn't looking half bad.
Got to watch out though. He's going to challenge Smiths on the AWP. There's 2 AWPs in play for LDLC. Actually, they aren't even going to challenge middle with either of them Interesting, just taking one to long, one to B. LDLC changing their setup, and we'll have to see if that catches Cloud9 off guard as they look for the picks.
Well,
there it is.
Yeah, that was relatively easy, I have to say. Again, Shock's picking up 2 with the AWP. But Semphis and Shroud, they've pushed middle and got the picks as well. This is not over this round. And at 7-6 right now, we always think of Dust 2 as being a mildly T-bias side. Fabulous headshot from MBK. On to short. Is he going to get the second one? Not quite. Might get it with the grenade and does so. Nice header, Mr. Garris, as we say in football terminology.
Sean Garris didn't have the self-control, just not to go for that last peak.
Yeah.
That last peak was the end of him. 8-6 is definitely a decent, well, it's an okay
I'm fine with that. I know, I'm fine.
Right.
Well, no, I'm not fine with it for Cloud9. I'm fine with it for LDLC. Yes. I mean, as a CT, if you finish Dust 2 ahead, even by a round, I'm more than happy with that.
The lower dark push coming in from Happy once again. They did catch it this time, though, but that's the power of having middle like they do early in the round.
Yeah, and they've done that a few times. Definitely had that kind of control. MBK in a slightly more advanced position at long 8 than we've seen him. He's usually holding from pit. And Shroud with Deagle. Have seen a fair bit of it coming back in recently. It's nice to see the Deagle return, as you probably would have figured out if you watched the one and only YouTube clip that I've ever uploaded in my entire life. As Garris and Hiko combine inside the bomb site to get themselves a couple of frags. Semphis chiming in with another one here. And Shock's now the last man alive. Is going to get himself an AK to swap out from the AWP. And he might as well go for this. 2 men inside the site. One is very low. All 3 men. That's the man who was low, though. But he's got himself 2 frags now. 2 more to find. In towards the bomb site he goes. If only he checked left at the same time, he might have got himself the easy frag. But in the end, Cloud9 pick up 7 rounds on T-side. It's not terrible, but it's not great either.
No, and LDLC are playing very, very good. I mean, they're executing very well, and they're taking these risks. We're not really seeing... Okay, that round we saw Cloud9 able to take the early advantage because Happy... Okay, they had mid-clear with the Smith's AWP. That was the cue for Happy to go in lower dark. Gets them lots of information, perhaps a very advantageous engagement for Happy to be one-on-one in. Also actually allows, I think if it's MBK, it depends on how they're switching it up, but whoever is playing on short can actually support Happy and start pushing short. It gives CTs much more option information to play with. But that one round, Happy did get picked, but we didn't really see that happen very often. Usually, their risks are actually paying off in spades.
Yeah, and it's different players with different risks. I mean, we saw Shocks pushing mid, we saw Smiths pushing mid, we saw him peeking often with the flashes. We saw MBK pushing sometimes from long. I like this LDLC lineup, I really do.
Yes, it's very, very enjoyable.
Has a very early nip feel from 2013, I have to say. Just in the style that they play with the players that they have. Nice headshot from Semphis. LDLC in a little bit of trouble here in round 1. Finally get themselves a pick from Pit. Through Smiths. There's an air raid siren going off right here in the Milan Games Week. I hope that's nothing to do with our own stand here. 50 seconds to go. LDLC leading by 1 as we switch over. Now in a 2v4. Smiths and Kiyoshima. A lot of work to do here. Gap is smoked. Not terrifically well smoked, it has to be said. Again, they've left a little bit of a gap. And now they're going to have to back away, but they've got to go for this. They've run out of time to try and hit towards B. They've got across the gap with the second attempt of the smoke. Now, Bomb, is it going to go down? Oh, there's a man behind them. He's creeping. Is he going to get there in time? No, he's not going to get there in time. It won't matter, though. They have managed to lock down both Smiths and Kiyoshima. And that'll be a straightforward defuse, and Cloud9 will level us up.
Maybe the siren is because LDLC so far have been dropping bombs on Cloud9, but...
Way.
Oh, it had to be done. But it looks like Cloud9 are starting to bring things back into their control, obviously forcing the CZ armor buy from LDLC after winning pistol, but the bomb did go down. That's going to give them the chance to actually not just have CZ armor, but full nades as well. So they are going to have something in mind here. There's going to be a rehearsed strat coming in.
A little bit of dancing from the opposing terrorist.
The pace
teasing
will be scary.
Sean Garris into that shot with the scout.
This is very, very scary indeed. All these CZs, they're ready to burst out of short as well.
I like them, I have to say. I know many people have moaned about their power and potential overpower, but I like them. They change things. They make the ecos more fun. Are they going to get the bomb plant? They are. Somehow, Semphis figures out that that's exactly where they're going to plant. A lot of people say, well, hold on, how did he see him? He didn't see him, he just knew that that's where they were going to plant. It's a common place. And it wasn't going to work that time around. Now, Shroud has, this one's tough. He's actually got a man looking from pit and one from sight as well. So this is going to be really tough, really tough. They're going to have to try and dispose of the man in pit if they can, or boost into the site was the other thing I was going to say. They do get one. But now Hiko, all alone, 1v2, gets the first one. Can he get into the bomb site, get the second? Ooh, chipping away at the house and finally rips his head off. It's not going to be enough though, they get the bomb defused. And Cloud9 are going to lose the round.
Wow.
And that was a gamble worth taking for the French.
Yeah, usually the play that they ran there is something that can be very common when a team is ecoing and just investing in a couple nades instead of the pistols to get the bomb down, guaranteed with the smokes and the new short plant. But they decided to throw that in with armor and CZ, like actually having a really strong push with the pistols as well. So insane result from LDLC, and Cloud9 look at the buy they're on now. They're reaching deep in their pockets and finding nothing but scraps.
Luckily for them, they've got a good financier after that last round win. And Shock's already disposing of two at long. And Hiko having to rotate already back towards CT spawn. They've actually got two across the gap. The bomb planted already, and C9 are scratching their heads going, how the hell did they get in there so quickly? Hiko now under pressure inside the CT spawn, will go down under fire from Happy.
That was
and
clean.
after that little blip, LDLC are back.
They got the bleach out. That was way too clean, and their money is starting to build right now. If they get another clean one, which they should, in theory, there's nothing to show for Cloud9, then things are going to start getting out of control. And one of the reasons why LDLC, will enjoy the idea, entertain the idea of putting a lot of economic pressure on Cloud9 is because if you don't have the ability to purchase the kits, we see that.
Look at this. They're just going to roll into the bomb site right now. Easy and casual as you like.
They don't care.
No problem at all. There was like a gigantic invite put out for them to go into the B bomb site. They took it with ease.
But one of the reasons why this map is very difficult, as we see Semphis actually trying to hold on to that AK, is that economic management on CT side here is so difficult because the low economy buys for CT it's much harder to play with than on some other maps, because of course already you have to add the kits into play. Or I mean, nades for sheer defensive utility are a must. And then when it comes to the long ranges and the AK advantages and AWPs on the picks, you need AWPs. You need something to battle against that, or you need to have a really strong defensive style. Like a team like Dignitas, for example, or NIP. They're very good at those styles to actually combat this situation when you're put into a low economy. So if Cloud9 now are going to have to show us what they have in store in this low economy situation that they find themselves in.
I wonder if it's Semphis' birthday today, because they just gifted him that AK. They knew exactly where he was. They tried to pick him in pit, and then didn't make the rotation round to long out. It was kind of like, yeah, whatever, we don't care, you can have the AK.
It's Nothing's birthday on Sunday.
It is. He might not be playing in this tournament by then. They need some points. Merpa said earlier on that really, to go 0-2 already in a 3-team group with 2 games to go is not ideal. You don't really want to be in that position. You've got to think about taking at least one thing out. Look at these set smokes all the way into the A-bomb site. They haven't covered it completely though, and Semphis does have a little angle here from down low. Chipped away at the house, didn't really land anything there either. And they've managed to get into the bomb site without losing a single point of health. this going to be one of those weird rounds? No, it's not. Shroud actually getting the opening kill. Hiko following up. Happy's now going to try and come in through short here. Doesn't lay down the first bit of bullet fire and therefore loses, and Cloud9 are going to take this one back with ease. That was almost too easy, really.
Yeah, that after plant was all about short control, and we saw that
evaporate.
Exactly.
It just got extinguished. I don't even know where they went.
Hiko and Shroud just strolled up and just the drive-by shooting there with the M4s and just cleaned it up instantly. I mean, that should have at least taken. They should have at least been delayed, but until they got the frags. But no.
5 seconds. I mean, that bomb was on the way. 5 more seconds in that round, and they would have won the round. Crazy round.
But they still don't have an AWP to show for it. I mean, they can't really afford to buy one. They need to pick one up, ideally, to be the most cost efficient. They just can't afford to invest in that right now.
That said, they're hanging on. They're not going to go down without a fight here for our North American cousins. 2 from Canada, 3 from America. Oh dear, that's bad. That's very bad. And that's not good either. It's just, I don't know what to say. I'm running out of badness. It's just, I mean, they're just getting shot from behind right now, and it's so frustrating when you're a player in the site and you're getting shot from one direction, you turn the other direction to face where you were,
they clearly weren't
and you
ready
get
for
shot
that.
from another direction and you get killed, and it just carries on through the round.
And after that guy died, his teammate suddenly is completely surprised. So wait, what?
Yeah.
What just happened?
Yeah,
And he's
in
already
that
worrying about.
second, he died as well.
He's already worrying about what he has to do.
Yeah.
And it's
That was
just
a
too
crazy
much.
round. Crazy round. And LDLC now need 4 for another set of points on the board. I'm not sure if they get 3 points or 1 point for a win, are you?
3 points.
They get 3 points. Okay, well, they already have 3 from winning 16-6 on Inferno, if you weren't with us earlier on, against Cloud9. That was their home map. It's now Cloud9's turn to have home field advantage, as it were. And Happy with 2 ridiculous headshots.
I think he's on CS Deathmatch right now.
Ridiculous. Into the third, not quite. He's going to have to spray him down and does so with some close control. Then drops down to his death, though. But 3 dead is more than a good job in the round. And LDLC now need 3.
And we haven't really actually seen a lot of their set strategies come into play yet either. They've actually have a lot to reach for still when it comes to challenging Cloud9's defense. But they've been doing well on keeping them down on money. But now finally we see Sean Garris on the AWP. This is the round where Cloud9 have to bring it back or they are screwed.
Oh, I like that a lot. I like that a lot. He's taken no armor here as well. It's a very risky strat. And that could have cost him. That fire igniting the bottom of his trousers there in mid and took off 14 points of health at the same time. I guess maybe his trousers were made of polyester or something, they stuck to him. There we go, into the bomb site. NBK is close and personal with Hiko, but Hiko's going to win the battle. He's going to win 2 of them, and then Happy and Kirishima Shocks coming in with a 3rd. And they drop like flies. They've lost a lot of health. A lot of health has been gone from the French team this time round, but they have control. The bomb is planted. It's 3v2. And Nothing and Semphis now have to go, not just huge, they have to go humongous for their team right now. Into the site. Semphis trying to spy one in the corner. Waits patiently. Bomb ticking away now. Has to make a move. Drops down into the site with one. Gets one in the short tunnels. Does he? No, he doesn't. Happy locking that one down. Kirishima with a 2nd. And LDLC with the high 5s, the low 5s, because they are just 2 away from 3 more points.
It's really hard when you're going for that retake and the smoke's close to you off. It's just never nice. And we can see that they only had window. They had no time. It's just constantly awkward and difficult situations LDLC are forcing Cloud9 into. And once again, the terrible buy. And that round was probably the last time they would have even really seen a decent, an AWP even. I doubt they'll see an AWP again, unless they pick one up.
I don't know if they'll see another round win either. Right now, LDLC, everything that they're doing is working out for them. Well, I said that kind of prematurely, actually, because Hiko and Nothing both got themselves a frag, and again, LDLC find themselves in a little bit of trouble here. That bomb is actually down inside the bomb site. Fabulous shots in from Smiths and Shocks, though. And it turns back around yet again. It's now all on Sean Garris. 1v2. Gets the first one. Window on fire right now. Extinguished. Last man standing is Smith. Doesn't have a great deal of health. And Sean Garris, cometh the hour, cometh the man in a 1v2, and holds on for Cloud9. They are literally clinging onto this match by their fingernails right now.
It was a very handsome play to keep them within an inch of their life in this match, 14 to 10. LDLC with a huge amount of bank to play with. Here comes the challenge on the AWP, Semphis. He is going to keep himself alive, as this is a very nice position from Sean Garris. And he can fall back. He got the info, and nothing's there to cover. It's looking good.
Great position.
Yeah.
Didn't get the shot though. Doesn't matter too much. They did pick up 2 Strider White.
And looks like middle is the last resort here in this round for LDLC into B.
Yeah, they won't want to lose too many here. Again, we heard Lurpis talking earlier on the desk that they've taken teams to overtime on Dust 2 before.
Oh yes.
They're more than capable. Still got a lot of work to do here though. But they're 1 round closer to that objective of 5 more now. 14-11. Just a quick update. Let's got 28 kills on Happy right now. I don't feel like we've really talked about him all that much, but 28 kills.
Yeah. Happy often does fly under the radar a little bit. Me and James started to call him the cerebral assassin because he is often the mind behind some of the more ingenious set plays and strategies for his teams.
He is one of those players who can often be overlooked, shall we say, when it comes to superstar moments. I think Thorin earlier on said, Smith likes to think of himself as the superstar author. And again, he's had monster games. He had a monster game in the first one. Talking about monster, well, I thought there was going to be some big fragging going on in there in the mid. In the end, it's going to be Hiko picking up 1, Sean Garris replying back. They're literally seesawing between each other. It's now down to a 2 versus 2. Ooh, that's going to be a very dangerous Molotov. And a brilliant shot from nothing. He's going to get a second one, surely, at point blank range. Ooh, well, he did go for it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. What a stunning shot through the door at point blank range on a man that should have won the battle. And Cloud9 will be kicking themselves after that round.
I'm kicking myself after watching that, but they still have enough in the bank to get themselves another buy going and still keep themselves a chance for the overtime. So let's see if they're able to pull that one out. Like you said, they've got a pretty good record in that. And Smith, they still challenge him. They still go for their challenges.
Well, I like bravery, but there's no rewarding stupidity.
It's a fine line between the two.
It is.
Often enough.
1 for 1 so far, though, in what could be the final round if LDLC have anything to say about it. Smith's stepping up with the 2nd kill of the round. Damage done on nothing. He's down to 12 health as well here, so he's in trouble. And a 4v, well, 2 and a bit, I think, is basically what we're at right now. You can see over here on the A site, nothing covering it on his own. Shroud's going to try and come across and help him out, but I think he might just be a little bit too late here as they try and get in towards the bomb site. Shroud, though, goes huge, picks up a couple of double kills. That was a brilliant double kill from Shroud. Almost left me speechless. MBK now in towards the site. He doesn't have a great deal of help. That nade! Oh, my goodness. Well, Hiko was close, but not close enough. And LDLC, in the end, had the run-out winner 16-12, but I've got to say, Cloud9 put up a much better fight on that. Much better than they did on Inferno. It was still a